In 1986, I took admission in agriculture college intentionally to support my agriculture family business. After completing my BSc in horticulture and MSc in agriculture, I joined my agriculture family business from lab to land. So after having a lot of hardship during 93 to 97, I find that it is not a profitable business. Basically, we were the maize, onion and tomato grower and grape grower, and we find that it is not profitable. So to support my agriculture activity, in the year 1997, I started poultry business with 2000 broiler growing per month. And when we find that we are not getting quality raw material, quality inputs like feed and chicks, in the year 2000, we started hatchery unit, a small hatchery unit and a feed mill on the small scale. I find poultry is a profitable business. Poultry is a biological machine of converting less digestible protein into highly digestible proteins. As a one-step backward integration, we started breeder activity as a 15,000 breeder growing per year. In the year 2004, we started contract broiler farming with the few farmers, and now we are doing contract farming with almost 1,500 farmers and placing 25 lakh broiler chicks, day-old broiler chicks per month in the area of Maharashtra, Gujarat and Karnataka. In the year 2010, we established state-of-the-art pellet feed mill with the silo of 15,000 metric ton to store the grains. Innovation and creativity who always excited me. So there was only 2-3 companies in the pure line genetics worldwide, and they started monopolizing the things. So many aspirants who want to enter into a poultry business, but because of not supply of breed which is acclimatized to our conditions, so they can't enter into a new business. So now there is an entry barrier, and whatever the people, those who are working in the industry, they were not getting sufficient number of breeder birds, and they are getting some monopolistic approach. Because of this monopolistic approach, industry was struggling. So not getting enough number of breed, so hatching egg prices as well as day-old prices at one time become a highest cost in the worldwide, and that's the reason that farmers were suffering. As well as my organization was also suffering. To get enough number to sustain my organization, I decided that I have to start my own pure line genetics, and that has triggered me because of not supplying of parent bird, when that may lead to closure of my business. So I decided to fight. I decided to develop my own strain. So it should not limit me for my expansion and my growth. So I developed my breed. So when we started our own genetic program, there was a lot of curiosity in the industry, and everybody was saying it is not possible. How one can develop? Indian person can develop a broiler breed, because only 2 American companies are now in a pure line breeding. And India, there was no breed as such in our country, for our country. So make in India. So I started it. Okay, let's do, and now it is successful. So now we are selling almost 20 lakh breeder birds in a year for other companies, and now we are also placing almost 5 lakh breeder parents per year. So we have our own contract farming for the breeder operation in Bangalore. Almost we are putting 2 lakh breeders in a year. Next year we are going to put 4 lakh breeders there. In Nasik we have a 3 lakh breeder. Next year we are going to put 5 lakh breeders. Earlier we used to put 8 to 10 lakh broilers per month. Now when we got our own breed and its performance, it is liked by the farmer, it is liked by my traders, the butcher, the customer, for the taste, for the tenderness, and the growing also, they are surviving in the toughest climatic condition of Indian. So we have expanded last 2 years from 10 lakh, now last month we placed around 25 lakh broiler birds in our contract farming. So earlier we are having 1000 below farmers. Now we are having near about 2000 farmers in our contract farming in Maharashtra and Gujarat. So now there are a lot of inquiries from Oman, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and African countries to get the breed. Because whatever the breed currently in the world, they are the American breed developed in a controlled climatic condition which are not performing in tropical conditions. So my breed is getting a lot of demand from these African countries, then Middle East as well as Bangladesh and Nepal. So we are trying to focus on the international markets to deliver our breeds worldwide. Now there is a lot of demand for the hatching egg as well as breed from the abroad also, and now we are trying to fulfill the world's need by providing our broiler Avee 395 breed. Since last 15 years, we started purchasing maize and soya directly from farmers. So in that way we can assure our quality, and farmer we are helping them to maintain the quality to get a more productivity. We are organizing some lectures and extension work for the farmer to grow quality raw material like maize and soya. Again, there is no middle agencies. We are directly purchasing from farmer and paying them upfront. So more and more number of farmers are joining here and getting the advantage of good prices, as well as our system of unloading as well as payment are very efficient. So they are getting benefit out of that. So now we are having more than 5 collection centers from 50 to 100 kilometers from my feed mill, where we are getting that local farmers commodities and we are bringing it here. So in that case, I think we are educating the farmer for the what kind of raw material we need, as well as maintaining the quality of raw material, which also helps us to maintain our broiler feed quality. When I entered in 2000 in a hatchery operation, so at that time it was a 4 double setter and 2 hatchers, so almost 20,000 eggs per week. Now whenever we used to set up a new hatchery, by the time of hatchery establishment, our demand goes up and that hatchery is not sufficient. To fulfill our demand, now 2 years back we established a good hatchery which can set 10.7 lakh eggs per week in that hatchery. That is the biggest hatchery you can say in Maharashtra at one point. So we have constructed the building considering our next 3 years requirement. In a soya, we are doing extrusion and expelling. So because of this extrusion expelling technology, the express soya meal, so whatever raw material we are getting the soya, the high moisture, the more sand silica, the quality was not good, many times consistency was a problem, and the pricing also affect our production. So we start to enter into soya production, soya meal processing. So we started 2 years back a full fat soya meal, then now express meal, and we find that there is a less toxin in the feed, there is a less mortality and good productivity. Our productivity almost 3% has been enhanced because of local soybean purchasing, processing and utilizing it on the spot. Because when the oil content in a soya, when you extract the oil and keep it, it starts rancidating. So as fresh as oil we are using, so there is no liver problems or toxicity problems in a feed. When I started in 97, it was 685 gram per capita consumption of chicken, and at that time our population was near to 100 crore, India's population. Now our population is near to 140 crore. Our per capita consumption has gone to 5.5 kg. See, we India are the people, we are world's 20% population and we are having world's only 4% land. To feeding them nutritious, if you see our protein index, we are not in the first 100 countries. India is a protein deficient country. So our vision and mission is to produce and feed good protein to the Indian people, our countrymen. This industry is growing almost 8 to 10% every year. This is the only industry which is growing 8 to 10% every year. So it is very lucrative industry, and this industry is having a great future. In next 5 years, industry is going to be a double, which is why we want to be a leading quality protein producer organization with the collaboration of rural poultry farmers.